Good evening all and welcome to the Dentist Channel Online. Today we have with us Dr. Sumit Arora, who is going to enlighten us on the topic tips and tricks of DSLR photography. Dr. Sumit Arora completed his post-graduation from Uttaranchal Dental College and runs a private practice since 2013. He is currently working as a private practitioner and consultant for orthodontics and dental implants and has a special interest in clinical photography and keeps dental video and photographic record of dental patients. He has done fellowship workshops for endodontics, aesthetic implants, and photography. He's into clinical DSLR photography since 2011. It is thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your kind words introduction. Should we start now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You may share the screen now.
Okay, ma'am. So, is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see the screen.
Okay, ma'am. So, I'm starting now.
Yes,
hello,
sir.
everyone, and happy Sunday. Thanks for being here and spending Sunday here. Generally, we all have some plans, but you are here. So definitely, I hope you are going to get some good advantage for this webinar. So we are starting over the photography. There are different perspectives which we are going to discuss of photography in this webinar. So we are starting now. And here we discuss why photography is important in dentistry. And as we are dentists, so what all benefits we are going to get with this webinar and how we are going to enhance our skills in photography, either intraoral and extraoral. There are different parts of photography which can be discussed, but here my emphasis is on intraoral and extraoral photography, what all equipments required and what all flashes, camera, body, lenses, how to click in the clinic, how to click in the if you are going for consultations, how to click the photographs for consultations. So we are going to discuss here. A picture speaks 1,000 words, but some pictures speak 1,000,000 words, especially when you have affection towards that picture. Like in this picture, you can see my nephew is cherished with the smile and confidence. So this is a good picture for me. Now, significance of digital photography in dentistry. Why everyone is saying that get a good camera, get a good photograph so that you can enhance your practice. So what is the reason? What are the things which are important in photography? Here we are going to discuss. Now, why photography? So first of all, I can say in simple words is, if you want to earn money more, you want to attract more patients, then you need to have good skills of the photography. You need to learn first yourself, and then you need to train your assistant, because without assistant, it's not easy. If you are doing procedure, then you might lack good photograph. But if you train your assistant as well in photography, then you can also click, as well as your assistant can also click a good photograph, which you can get in a long run, and it will help you in earning more. So first thing is, why photography? First of all is self-evaluation. As we all are practicing, maybe we are students, maybe we are into some lecture, maybe we are into clinics, or we are going to visiting. But self-evaluation is very important to improve your skills, because if you don't improve your skills, you cannot going to earn more money. So it's all about money. If you have good photography, then you can earn money. Paisa sabko chahiye. So, and moreover, the thing is, when you click photograph and you keep it with yourself, you can compare it later on with journals, with good clinicians, with good professors, that what they are doing and what you are doing. You can compare, you can evaluate, and you can improve yourself where you were lacking. And the second thing is digital smile designing protocol. Whenever patients come in, everyone wants quick fix. Sir, hum kaise lagenge? How we look like later on? We are giving you money, but tell us. So, and believe me, patients feel fantastic if they will in the same appointment. They know ki, they are. This is going to be a look, and we are going to spending this much of money. But believe me, if you only click good photograph, then only you can upload in that software, and then only you can have good results. So if you need to have a good photograph for digital smile design protocol, it is very important nowadays, because if you are doing something right, but the patient is like, sir, aapne mera teeth kharab kar diya hai. But if you have records with you, then you can say it was like this only. You have not deteriorated it anyhow. So you need to be on safer side, either intraoral photography, extraoral photography. And one more thing, when you take photograph of the patient, make it a habit that every time before clicking the photograph, make a consent that you can use this photograph for any reason, so that you will stay safe in that as well. Now, documentation and database. Every company have their own database. In colleges, have their own database. So you need to have your practice database as well. It will help you in a long run. Like if you have that you did a number of patients with a good smile designing or with good aesthetic results, either ortho, either endo, either veneers, either crown preparations, you need to have good database so that you can show it to the patients. You can post over the Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and it will again attract more of the patients. Even you can post it on the Google as well. So that is going to enhance your patient walk-ins. Now, when we talk about publications or posts, there is a difference. Like photographs generally get JPEG format, but in publications there are different publications like American Association of Aesthetics or JCO, or they are different. Like different branches have their own publications and their own have guidelines. So you need to refer their guidelines. And many of the journals, good journals, international good journals, they want raw format. There are two formats of the photograph. One is JPEG and the raw format. Raw format is basically a raw format which cannot be editable, and JPEG format is you can enhance with the photograph, like Photoshop, and there are different tools are there. You can enhance with that. So whenever you think over, you need to publish an article in a good JCO or any article, then you need to have a raw format, which is possible only by DSLR photography. Now, conferences and lectures, again, if you are doing good, then people need to know that you are doing good, so that you can get more of the patients. You can treat more of the patients like that. And more of the patients get the benefit, and you also get the benefit. And if the photographs are not good, even if you are doing good work and the photograph is blur, it is of no use to show it to the conference, to show it to the colleagues, to show it to the lab, because they will say, sir, it's not look, sir, ये clear नहीं है, क्या आप photograph repeat करके भेजेंगे? Either it's of shade selection or anything. So, and especially for periodontist, if we don't have correct white balance, then it can create disasters. Gingiva looks maybe inflamed. And again, marketing and branding, that is an important aspect. Now, what our brain knows, I see only that. So if you see a good photograph, what is a bad photograph, you know the knowledge, then only you can differentiate the work, you can differentiate the photograph, and then only you will grow well. So here I put one logo, like 3 logos in one picture, because now what I'm going to do is I will tell you that how is the photo, which camera is important, which flash is important, what are the settings which you need to know while planning for DSLR photography. So here I put 3 logos. One is Yoga Australia, the first one. Here the lady is doing yoga, and there is something in green in between her legs. What is that? Actually, this is a map of Australia, which is there for enhancing the yoga in Australia. Now, when we see the second logo, that is Baskin Robbins, What is that? This is only the B or R? No, it is not like that. It is not that. They basically showed that when they started, the Baskin Robbins started, they started with the 31 flavors. So they put their logo with 31 flavors. So it is like that. But if we don't know, then we will read only that B or R is this. And the third logo, that is blade, it is having knife inside the A. So something having their own meaning. But if we don't know that what is the importance, then we are incapable, or we can say we don't know what is the good picture, what is the bad picture, and is there is any standardization of picture is important, or just we can take the camera, any camera or any mobile, just we can click the photograph. It's not like that. Now, we know what is the importance of photograph. Now, up the question arises, camera to theek hai, we will incorporate it, but lena kaun sa hai? That is more important, you know, because if you don't know, they are, when you go into the market, either Amazon, online or offline market, there are n number of cameras are there. So which is suitable for dental photography? If you are going for tour, you can use mobile, you can use any camera, no problem. But when there is a thing of standardization, you need to have specific things which is required for photography in dentistry. Now, generally, there are three type of cameras which we are using. Camera for everyone, like cyber shots, they are coming long back, they are small, portable, you can put in the pocket, you can go anywhere, you can click, there's nothing much control, you can just click like a mobile camera and you can get okay kind of picture. Now, after that, there are camera for consciousness. That like, okay, we don't want average camera, we want good camera. So they are prosumers. They are having certain controls, but not all controls are there. You cannot change lens in them. They are having fixed lens and along with very good zoom, but you cannot change the lens. So these are known as prosumers. Now the third one and the best for dental photography, or only one for dental photography, is SLR, digital SLR. That is for perfectionist. And if you want to grow in dentistry, you need to master these SLR. Now these are the cyber shots, camera for everyone. Here they are drawbacks, like lenses on other part, flashes on other part. When you go for intraoral photography, there will be shadow will be there. There is no illumination of the proper photograph. You cannot standardize them. You will just get the kind of result. These are the prosumers. Here there is a zoom lens is there, but again there is only pop-up flash is there. You can also attach external flash, but you cannot change lens, which is dedicated for intraoral photography, or you can say dental photography if you want good photograph, which we discuss in coming slides. Now these are the SLRs. These are the having two parts basically. One is body and the other is lens. And lens is interchangeable. If you want for dental photography, you can use macro lens. You can use other lenses as well, which is indicated for that purpose. And if you want for your own holiday or something, you can use other lenses as well. They are, and the question arises, sir, जो एक basic lens आता है body के साथ, क्या वही use कर लें? I am going to answer in coming slides. Now, common myth, why people are like, sir, DSLR is good, but use करना जरूरी है क्या? And what are the myths? They are expensive? No, not now. Difficult to use, waste of money, high on batteries, delicate, controls are typical. It's not like that. Reality is, there is a drastic reduce in prices over the recent years. Simple to use, once understood. There are few settings, manual settings, I would say. Also, they have automatic setting as well. But for standardization, you want that your photo, when you repeat once again, like in bleaching, like in veneers, like in ortho cases, you get the exact amount of hue, value, chroma, or color. Then you need to standardize the photograph. So it's simple. Just you need to understand basics of photography or settings. They have very solid build quality and batteries are long lasting, because I am using my first DSLR since more than 10 years and the battery is still there and it's working very fine. So they are having long lasting batteries. User interfaces are much more simpler than they used to be. It is actually a useful investment and valuable asset, I would say, because it is going to help you in a long run, and that will help you fetch more patients. So it is like investment in dentistry. So you can earn more money. Now, as I said, that there are two parts. One is lens and other is body. So the eye of the camera is lens basically. There are two type of lenses are available. One is zoom lenses, other is prime lenses. These are, as the name indicates, we can zoom in, zoom out from the subject, from the intraoral uh, photography. But in prime lenses, they don't have zoom. Here you can see three zoom lenses. The ring is there in all of them. You can zoom in, zoom out. They are generally like 1825, 100, 300, 200 to 400. You can zoom in and zoom out. Other one is prime lenses. They have fixed focal length. You cannot zoom in, you cannot zoom out. When you want a closer photograph, then you have to move towards the subject. The lens is not going to do anything. And if you want more standardization, you have to set body as well as lens over the manual mode, not on automatic, even focusing mode. When you go towards the subject, it will get focused and you can click it. And believe me, that is going to be click amazing results. You are going to get amazing results. There is no editing required, because I am doing photography since long time, and I don't do any post processing like Photoshop, anything. I just do two things. One is cropping the image so that I can remove extra part. The second thing is, if I am taking with the help of mirror like art photograph, then I need to flip it out. That's it. There is no white balance required. We need to do editing with Photoshop like white balance, color balance. No, not required. Just learn it basically, and you can click it, you can print it, you can upload it. Just cropping is required. That's it. Here you can see the results with the zoom lens. You can zoom into the subject with blur background. You can get good results with the zoom lens. The lens is adhered into the dental photography's macro lens, which may be available in both type of lenses like 28, 105 mm macro lens, 100 mm macro lens. They are of different companies. Like Tamron is also having their, Canon is also having, like third party you can also use, but dedicated 100 mm macro lens is required. And one more benefit you will get with the macro lens is, there is a image distortion is there. Like supposingly the incisor is of having 10 mm length. Okay, when you click it out, if there is not, it is written that 1:1 macro ratio is there, like magnification ratio. What is that? This is basically, if you are clicking 10 mm of subject, it should the retina, or you can say that over the camera which is building up. So if it is of the size, then there is no magnification is there. There is no magnification error. But if you are clicking of 10 mm and it is making the image over the film of 12 mm, 13 mm, or even 8 mm, which happens generally in the zoom lenses, so there will be magnification ratio. You cannot publish it. Even my thesis was on photography only. What I did, I used 100 mm macro lens. With that, I can measure with Photoshop. There is no extra expensive software I did used. I just did Photoshop used, and I can measure everything which is there in the physical world. I can create in the digital world, and I checked that all the images of the same size with the macro lens. These are the macro lens photographs. You can see the things which you cannot see with the eye. You can print them of bigger size. There is no blurring, nothing is there. This is photograph of implant. You can see how dotted implant is there. The roughness is there. That is created basically with sandblasting, but it is there, which is not visible with the eye. So you can click with the macro lens. What are the key elements ruling illumination and color accuracy? That is light. So is the flash which is available with the DSLR, is it fine to click the dental photography? The answer is simple, no. Now, what are the different flashes are available in the market which we can use for dental photography? These are the point flashes. Like first we discussed cyber shots. They are having point flashes. Light source from a single point creates a hotspot of light. We don't need to use the cyber shot, but in somehow if we use that, the flash, that is point flash, is not indicated, because the thing is lens is on other part and the flash is on other part. When we click the intraoral photograph, there will be shadow which we cannot eliminate it, and we need to do editing which ruins the image quality. Now the other thing is pop-up flash. Many people are using pop-up flash and they are happy with that, but they are getting shadow which is not possible with the pop-up flash. So even pop-up flash is not good for intraoral photography. Even if you say ki, sir, we will invert the camera so that lighting will be properly well, but you cannot eliminate the shadow. Shadow will be there either up on the upper arch or the lower arch. If you are taking the side photograph, again the shadow will be there. So it is not like if you are using pop-up flash and you can eliminate the shadow. I have photographs which I will show in later slides. Now, what's the solution? We need to use external flash. So is the dedicated external flash sufficient? The answer is again no. The thing is, the lens and the flash, where it fires, again the distance is going to increase between the flash and the lens. So again, this dedicated flash is of no use in dental photography. This is very good flash. This is having very good illumination as well, but in portrait photography, not in intraoral dental photography. Now the question arises, which is the good flash? There are two flashes available in the market. One is ring flash, other is twin flash. They are very well used in dental photography. You can click it, you can just print it. There will be no shadow will be there. There is nothing like you need to do corrections, and the illumination will be from the circles of the lens. So there will be no shadow at all. So these are the twin flashes. They are available in the market. Twin flashes are basically used for the aesthetic cases like composite, veneers, where we want the front piece to be in focus. Now the question arises, these flashes are like we purchase them and we add it with the body and we can use it? The answer is again, you need to learn. These are very easy to use. Different companies have their own different flashes, like Canon, Yongnuo, third parties, other Nikon, different. All are having twin flash, ring flash, but again you need to set them over the manual mode in the flash as well. There are two modes. One is ETTL or ITTL. Some companies is same, but some companies say it is through the lens, E or I. Doesn't make any difference. It is just a branding. So we need to eliminate that. We don't need to use that, because in that, flash is going to decide that how much intensity is need to fire. We want standardization of the flash as well, so that we are going to get proper images without any distortion, and we get the consistent result. So we have to set the flash over the manual mode, and then we can use them for the better result. Now these are the basically controls that we know, that lens is there. Now the flashes are there. The third thing is, which we need to understand for photography, is body. What are the controls required to learn for the dental photography, and what we need to see in body of the camera? There are three main things. If you master them, you believe me, you can capture anywhere, irrespective. The light is less, light is more, the object is moving, object is stationary. You need to just learn three things for the body and over the manual mode, and you are going to getting the good photographs. These three things are ISO, shutter speed, and the aperture. Now, effect of shutter speed on a photograph. Now, if we turn shutter speed of 1/40th of a second, it is going to blur the movement. Like we are going to get shaky images. But in case we are going to increase the shutter speed like 1/2000 of a second, then we are going to freeze the movement. Now, what is the importance in dentistry of this shutter speed? Because sometimes it happens there are low light conditions, which when we increase the ISO, we decrease the focal length, aperture is open, and the images are coming blurry. So to compensate that, we need to adjust the shutter speed, because if the shutter is fast, like 1:2000 of a second, then it is going to freeze the movement and the image will not be blurred. Now, effect of aperture size on a photograph. Basically, what aperture is, I will just make you understand in a simple words. Aperture works like as eye, and focal length is inversely proportional to aperture. As when we want to see our near objects, what we do, we just open up our eye well, and when we see the far object, what we do, and we just contract our eye so that we can see the far objects. In the same manner, when the aperture is wide open, you can see on the right side the focal length is, and we can focus on the anterior. But when the aperture is closed, the focal length is going to increase, and we can get the whole arch in the picture, and whole arch will be focused well. But in the f2, aperture is wide open, the whole arch will come blurry. I have pictures later on, we will show it to you. Here again, the same thing. In the upper picture, low f number means aperture is fully open, so we are just focusing on the teddy which is in front. In high f number, aperture is closed or minimally open, then we can focus on both the front one and the rear one. Now the third important thing which comes is ISO. ISO basically refers to film speed. If you remember that long back, when we are using negative film, when we go for film, so shopkeeper used to ask, "Sir, कौन सी film आपको चाहिए? 100, 200, 400?" What that means? That is basically sensitivity. Sensitivity towards light. Are you going to click in the darker place, or you are going to click in the sunshine? So that's the place of ISO. Lower ISO required when taking bright pictures, like you have proper dedicated ring flash, twin flash, your clinic setup is very well, you no need to use higher ISO. But if you are not using dedicated flash, you want to have good pictures, either extraoral or intraoral, irrespective, then what you need to do, increase the ISO so that the film become more sensitive. As we all know, nowadays the mobile cameras are coming and they are saying कि सर आप रात में भी click करोगे ना तो अच्छा photo आएगा. So what makes a difference? The ISO only, nothing else. Now dental photography, the do's and don'ts, what we need to understand. Up till now, we understand that lens is important. Macro lens is very important in dentistry if you want to click good photographs. Flashes, there are two kinds of flashes: ring flash, which is very important for intraoral photographs, or twin flash if you want to for aesthetic veneers, then we can use twin flash. Body, there are three parts which we need to understand: ISO, shutter speed, and aperture or focal length. These all three work synchronously. Like if you are increasing shutter speed, then you need to do alteration in both of them as well. You will understand gradually, but once you understand, you can master them and you are going to get good photographs. Now, advantage of digital photography in dentistry is immediate viewing possible. If you did any mistake like lower ISO, higher ISO, white balance, you can repeat it n number of times. You can repeat it, you can view it, you can put in the social media immediately. There is no issue, no processing required after Photoshop. We will make it good in Photoshop. Not required if you are taking good photographs. Just cropping, that's it. Nothing else is required. Easy to store. You can store n number of images. There is no films are required. You can copy them. You can send it to the patient. You can send it to the lab. These are the, if you have good photographs, then you can use all of them. Now, what are the things which you need to discuss when you click photograph? What are the poses? What is your position when you are going to click photograph? The standard dental photograph, you are smile, Here, the upper picture is non-retracted and the lower picture is retracted. Now, what is the difference? Here you can see in the retracted picture, molar to molar, all teeth are visible, but in non-retracted picture, only canine to canine is properly visible, and then the visibility is decreasing posteriorly. Whenever we click smile photograph, we don't need to click retracted pictures because it is going to enhance smile, it is going to enhance patient consciousness. So just click normal smile picture until unless you want something to show it to the patient, then only it is required retracted picture. Now, angle of the camera. What is the angle of the camera? If you want to click the pictures, oblique view, we need to be on 45 degree from the midline to click the pictures, not above that, not below that, just on 45 degree. When we want to click profile view, then angle of the camera should be 90 degree up and lower midline. No, full arch view, the angle of the camera to the midline is 0 degree, means in front of the patient. In this full arch view, just keep in mind, you are in front of the patient and should be in the straight line. That if you are above the patient, which I will discuss in the later images, then you are going to show deep bite or traumatic bite. And if you are below the patient, like below the 0 degree, then that is might be possible that it is going to show that bite is open anteriorly. So we need to keep in mind that we need to be straight in front of the patient, not right, left, not up, not down. That is very important. And again, ring flash is very important if you want this kind of photograph without any shadow. Now, comparison of different aperture size for a full photograph. Here, we click two photographs. In A, the aperture is fully closed, or you can say focal length is in maximum. You can see the attachments over the molar. Their tubes are there. The holes are also visible because focal length is increased. In the B picture, what we did is we decrease the focal length, which replicates by increasing the aperture. So in that case, we just focusing on the anterior teeth, not on the posterior, because the attachment is not visible, which is that the hole in the attachment, which is visible in the left side picture, is not visible in the right side picture. So that makes the difference between the aperture and the focal length. I hope it's clear now. Now, for clicking the full arch photograph, we need mirrors. There are different kinds of mirrors are available in the market. The best one is rhodium one because it gives very clear pics. Also, there is no fogging of the mirror because when we click the arch photograph, patient breathes and the fog will accumulate over the mirror. If you are using glass, the second is glass mirrors. If you are using glass mirrors and fog is annoying you, you can use three-way syringe and put the air on that so that you will get the time to click the photograph. Otherwise, use rhodium mirrors and there is no fogging over them and you can get beautiful pictures. Plastic mirrors are inferior, there is of no point, and heated mirrors are also available which used to prevent fogging, but they are expensive, so it's of no use. These are the mirrors. There are different kinds of mirrors like pedo mirrors, adult mirrors of different shapes, side retractor mirrors. You can choose and you can click them. But keep in mind, when you are clicking with the mirror, you need to flip the image later on so that you get the right side on the right side only, not on the left side. So these are the pictures taken from the rhodium mirrors. There are different kinds of mirrors you can use and you can show to the patient either caries, either missing tooth, either bone loss. You can show to the patient, educate the patient, and they will agree when they see that tooth is missing and there is a bone loss. If a bone loss is there, they will straight away start, okay sir, aap implant place kar do, aap jo karna hai kar do, but bone loss should be, we need to prevent that. So you can go with that and you can earn more money. These are the retractors which you can use. Cheap retractors are there, they are front retractors are there. You can use according to your need. Now, how to take single tooth photograph? Single tooth pictures are required for shape matching during the preparation of crown, veneers, laminates. Again, We need to have standardized photograph. Everything should be in manual, either lens, either flash, either body, so that you can repeat it. You just took the camera and click the photograph. There is no need to thinking कि कैसा photograph आएगा. Custom made contrasters or black strips should be there if you are just want upper teeth or any some portion, so that there should be a minimum distraction is there. Like this. Here in this picture, you can see the contrasters are there, black contrasters, which you can use for taking single tooth photograph. Also, you can use like shade guide along with them, so that you can refer it to them. Now, photograph of pre and post bleaching procedures. Again, if you standardize them, then only you can make a difference. Sir, आपका ये पहले ये shade था, now we changed it to this one. Otherwise, you are confused, patient and confused, and उसके बाद patient will say, sir, मजा नहीं आया. So you need to keep in mind standardization, and all standardization come with DSLR only, not mobile, not prosumers, not anything. You need to have dedicated ring flash, 100 mm macro lens. I can understand it is going to increase your expenditure, but believe me, that is going to help you in the long run, and it will build your practice, and you can earn multi-fold with them. Now, photograph during surgical procedures, you are doing impactions, implants, you can click the photograph with the macro lens, with ring flash. Proper color adjustment is important. Isolation along with sufficient illumination is the key of success in recording surgical image. You can click, everything will be clean and clear. Now, importance of correct gingival shade. Whenever we click photograph, there is one thing called as white balance. There are different modes of white balance in the body, which we need to check, which is important. But when we have dedicated ring flash, then what we need to do, just change it to the ring flash only. That white balance is along with the flash. So camera will automatically adjust that. Gingival hue and contrast are the utmost important in periodontal procedures. Color of gingiva reflects underlaid health. Therefore, increase in the red tone signifies inflammation, which we can see here. This is the same patient. All the 4 photographs taken at the same time. The A is showing that gingiva is perfect. In B, the white balance is set to cloudy. It is showing that there is inflamed gingiva. Patient needs urgent help, so that the inflammation, we need to subside that. In the C image, it is changed to fluorescent. No use. Again, in D is changed to other mode. It's of no use. So we need to check white balance along with the flash, and then only we are going to get proper shade. Either it's a gingival inflammation, it is showing in the B, or either in the color matching, or either in the आप veneers कर रहे हो, tooth preparation कर रहे हो, everywhere you need to communicate with your colleagues, with labs. You need to have good photographs. Then only you can communicate with the confidence. Now, point to keep in mind when taking photographs during the shade selection. Color spectrum, or you can say shade guide, can be used along with the tooth to standardize and compare the color spectrum shift, ensure that the shade has not changed before and after lab processing. Picture of the sound tooth, post crown cutting, lab procedures, crown fabrication, again which we discussed earlier, is the same standardization, and then use the shade guide to get the accurate photo with proper colors. Now, things to keep in mind when taking picture of the surgical site, adjust the white balance prior to taking the photograph. When we are doing surgical site and we know which setting is required, which F number is required, which ISO is required, we just need to click it, and the patient, there is no need to wait. We just click it in few seconds, and then the all thing is done. So a ring flash is mandatory for using it, taking surgical record, setting the white balance to fluorescent or incandescent. In cases of OT light or dental chair light will result in a color error because of the variation in the manufacturer. So we need to just set the white balance to the light or flash, sorry. Now, wide angle and telephoto lens. There are 2 kinds of lenses. Wide angle intraoral shots should be avoided because it results in a fisheye effect. There is a fisheye effect when we use zoom lenses or wide angle lenses, and distortion of the image will occur. Telephoto vision is more accurate in recording physical perspective as we decrease the distance between the patient and the lens. So again, we are saying the same thing, like sir, हमने कैमरा तो खरीद लिया है, उसके साथ एक बेसिक लेंस आया है, can we use it for photograph? Yes, you can use it, there is no issue. But do you want any distortion will be there? Then there is no need to use that. Use proper dedicated lens so that you can get the standardization of photograph. Like here you can see this is the same patient clicked in the same time, but both the photos are showing different pics. One is showing broad face, one is showing narrow face. It is just because of the fisheye effect, or you can say using the zoom lens or standardized lens. Even in intraoral photography, you cannot eliminate the change if you are not using proper lens. Wide angle show fisheye effect and telephoto lens show proper image. But telephoto vision result in a significant amount of magnification. What to do? The answer is simple: macro lens. Because there will be 1:1 magnification, there is no distortion of the image. जो image का size होगा वही film पे बनेगा. So there is no magnification, no distortion, and you no need to worry कि इसमें कल को कुछ होगा तो नहीं. If I publish it, if I display it anywhere, because you created standardization, so there's no need to worry about. Now, is there is a macro lens with 1:1 magnification ratio? Yes, a 100 mm macro lens with a 2.8 aperture size gives 1:1 magnification ratio. It has a minimum focusing distance. Again, this is not a zoom lens, this is a prime lens. So you are going to get 1:1 magnification. There is no need to worry about, because it will create the same size of the object. Now there are different macro lenses are also available. One is with the red ring, one is with the golden ring in the Canon, and the price difference is very much. Like with red ring, there is a image stabilization is there. With golden ring, there is no image stabilization in the lens. You can use both of them. In dental photography, you can use golden also, and it is of around 20-25,000 cheaper than the red ring. And both are creating 1:1 magnification ratio. So you no need to worry about the size. It is just if you want like other photographies as well, apart from dentistry, then you can go with the red ring, which is along with image stabilization. Otherwise, choice is yours. If you have good amount of money, you can go with the red ring. Otherwise, you can go with the golden ring, which is without image stabilization as well. And you can also use third-party macro lenses, which again gives you 1:1 magnification ratio. Now, other question arises: I have an 80 megapixel mobile camera phone, or I have iPhone. Can I click dental records with my camera phone? Yes, definitely, you can click that. But what about standardization? It's all gone. And when you want, I just said the fisheye effect, it will be there. And the other thing is the lens is on other and the flash is on other, because it is not encircling the lens. So again, shadow will be there. There will be fisheye effect. There will be distortion. There will be no 1:1 magnification. So you need to think in mind, what do you want? Again, this is the click with the mobile camera and the DSLR. There is a fisheye effect. You can see the sensor of mobile camera can be 50 to 100 times smaller than the sensor of DSLR camera. As a result of this picture quality, color tone, and its details is far inferior than a proper DSLR camera. So choice is yours. If you want to click for your satisfaction, just for your WhatsApp status, Insta status, yes, you can use a mobile camera for photography. You are going to get good, amazing photographs. But if you want to earn from photography, or you can multiply n times with photography or practice, then you need to have proper dedicated camera so that you can publish it, you can show it to the patient, you can motivate other patients that I did this much of work. If you are going to come to us, then again you are going to get this much. So specialized equipment is needed. Again, for example, it is impossible to record orifices of the canal without the use of illumination or extra close-up. That is only possible. You need to have blink flash, macro lens along with good mirror as well. You can also click orifice of the canal, even of the molars. Now, various purposes of dental records are patient education. Now, you all know what are the equipments are required, how to publish them, what are the formats, what is the flash, what is the body, and other settings. Now, what is the importance? What are the purposes? Like patient education, you can educate the patient by showing the photographs, photo albums you can put in the waiting room, advertisement in the local newspaper that I did these cases. So you can show it to the public as well. Promotion, education, package for health section in newspaper, communication with the lab. Everything is getting digitalized nowadays. These iTero scanners are there. Scanners are coming. Patients are coming that, sir, don't take alienate impression. Scanners are there. So that everything is getting digitalized. So you can get them. Now, properly cataloged dental records are lifesaver in a medical legal cases and save the doctor from litigation. Photographs can also be used to motivate the patient by showing and post results, which increase the patient consent and rectify her attitude for treatment. Now, my topic is photography, but you can, if you have good DSLR and any lens, then you can also go with the videography as well. You just need to have tripod or monopod. You can click very good photograph with the patient. You can click video, make the videos of the patient. You can post over the social media, over the Google pages, and you can get good amount of money as well. If the patient see them, then they are definitely going to come to you, not to the other dentist. So photographic records can also be transferred to colleagues in cases of discussion. Whenever you got stuck, you need to have proper treatment plan. You can show it to your professors, you can colleagues, you can discuss them, you can make the treatment plan better. Only possible if you have good photographs. They can also be used in study material for incorporation into lectures, presentation. Now, what is the optimum position? A reclining position is optimum for taking photographs. Here, 3 positions are taken depending on your comfort, depending on your height, depending on your clinic space. You can click in any of them, but the thing is how to click them. Again, I just showed you the angles. Like if you want oblique, then you have to be 45 degree. You want front shot, then you need to be on 0 degree. Now, is this is the right pose? It's not. Here, the thing is, patient is standing, I am also standing, but there is a strain over my neck. So this is not the right pose. So we need to have, if the patient is standing and you are also standing, you can put the stool over the shorter one, so that both should be comfortable and you are getting the 0 degree from the midline. So this is again not possible at all. Patient is going to laugh at you, what doctor is doing. So not at all possible. Again, the third image, again, this is not possible because my leg is straining. So this is also, you can get the good picture with this pose, but you are straining your body, and this is not properly well required at all, because you are not going to click in this pose for a longer run. If you are having good OPD, you cannot click every patient with this pose, and there is going to strain at the end of the day. So all 3 poses are wrong. Now, how to click that? I'm standing straight, patient is holding the retractor along with the contraster, and I'm just focusing on the upper arch. So this is the right pose. I'm just making 0 degree from the patient midline. You can click it, you are going to get the good results, and there is no assistant required at all. If you are saying, sir, मेरे पास तो assistant है ही नहीं, मैं कैसे click करूँगा? No assistant required. Believe me, either extraoral photography, intraoral photography. If you train them, that's fine. That will help you up. But if you don't have assistant, there's no need to worry. You can even then click good photograph. Now, these are the extraoral photographs. In the upper row, I put 3 of my patient photographs. All 3 are wrong. The thing is, in the first photograph, if we see, the ears are not visible. We cannot make out is the patient head is symmetrical or not. And in all 3 upper pictures, we don't need any distraction. Like I don't need to show my clinic. I don't need to see ki we are focused on the only the patient face. Then only we can send it to the lab, send it to the posters or any media. These pictures will make others laugh कि फोटो क्लिक करना नहीं आता बट उसने अपडेट किया है, वो क्या कर रहा है. So you don't need to click like these and don't need to make mistake. Whenever you want to click photograph, good photograph, just put a cloth behind the patient. Color is of your choice, either white, blue, black. But if you are clicking for any general, then there are certain guidelines. Like in ortho, there is a white for pre, mid with blue and red with the post. And for retention, there is a black. But if you want to click for yourself or for social media, you can click with any color of your choice. Although if you want to add a glamour, pre and post, then black is definitely looks good for the photographs. So just keep in mind, you don't need to add any distraction to the patient. You just focus on the patient face, not on the background, which is there. We don't need to care for that. We don't need to show it to anyone. Now, how to get the background? The various colors backdrop photographic clothes are available on the Amazon. This is just I clicked it from the Amazon. You can order online. There is no to worry. There are different colors. Think of the color. It is available over the online. Just go it, order it, and get it. And the question arises, sir, clothes to order kar diya, pakdega kaun? Again, there is a solution for that as well. You can order stand as well. There are portable background stands are available. If you have a good clinical setup, good space in the clinic, you can make a dedicated room for the photography. If you don't have, no need to worry. Just put a rod or curtain rod. If you don't want to put that, maybe you are on rental space, you don't have space for that. Just these are the foldable. You can just fold them. Everything is come up and you can just put anywhere. There's no need to worry. And when the patient comes, you can open it up. Just simple screws there. It will hardly take a minute. You can make it open and just put the cloth and you can click the extraoral photograph, and they are not expensive as well. These clicks are just from Amazon. And when you can show the background, you can show the background when you want to show, like you are standing with a patient, you can show your background. You are standing in your clinic, or you are just want to click for yourself. You can show the background, but not with the patient. Extraoral photograph. Now, sir, I am using pop-up flash. Is it good for the clinical photography, extraoral? I said no. Now, here is the example. In 3 different positions, this patient came to me this morning only. I clicked this picture with 3 different positions, and all are with pop-up flash. Here, in first picture on the left side, you can see there is a shadow over the chin or lips and nose. You cannot edit it. If you edit it, you are going to ruin the picture. Then I flipped my camera in clockwise manner. The shadow comes over the front side. Again, not acceptable at all. Then what I did is I turned my camera to anti-clockwise. Then the shadow is there on the behind the neck. That can be acceptable if you want just front face. But if you again going for journals, then you need to have full photograph. Then either you can use soft boxes or ring flash. Choice is yours according to your budget, but you can use them and you are going to get good results. Now, this is like, sir, we are clicking intraoral photograph. Is it good picture? I clicked with the ring flash. The answer is simple, no. Now, what is the, why this is no? Because white balance kind of okay, shutter speed kind of okay, focal length kind of okay. We are focusing on molar to molar. The thing is, if we are clicking in hurry, the saliva is there. It's of no use. We need to remove the saliva. Why saliva is there in picture? So these are the small things which makes a big difference. Now, again, now saliva is gone. Is it good picture? Again, my answer is no. This is not a good picture at all. The thing, there are 2 reasons. One is I'm not doing anything in the lower arch. So why there is a distraction of lower arch? And even if I am doing in the lower arch, there are stains in the lower arch. So keep in mind, whenever you click intraoral photographs, just first of all do the oral profile axis and then take out the saliva, then only click intraoral photograph. Now here I put the contraster. Is it now a good photograph? Again, the answer is simple, no, because I put the contraster, distraction is removed, but again the saliva is there in the sulcus, so we need to again swipe it up. So photograph. Now this is a photograph which is showing the work is done. We are focusing on the thing that is central incisor, that it is getting ortho treatment and it is coming in the alignment. So these are the things, small things which makes a big difference in your photograph. You can see from start to finish, the central incisor are there. Although it is showing that picture is not taken in a day because the incisor position is changing, but saliva we need to eliminate. Then why to show anything which is distraction? If no lower arch is, we are not doing anything in lower arch. Why lower arch? Even in upper arch, we need to focus where we are doing, what we are doing. So just focus on that. Either patient, colleagues, professors, anyone look at it and they will say, okay, the work is going well because the picture is very good. So this ends up my lecture. Here is my Instagram page. You can, if you want to ask me anything, you can email me or you can ask me over the Instagram. I will definitely happy to help you out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sumit, for this wonderful presentation. It
Thank you,
was very lovely, and it is actually the need of the hour. Right now in the selfie world, all the dentists are taking a lot of selfie and uploading, but they are not doing proper documentation. That's what I feel.
Excellent.
So before we move on to the questions, I'll just share the company presentation to you, to all the participants. So, DentistChannel.Online is the first dental digital media, and here we offer both dental professionals and dental students. They cater for the needs of both dental professionals as well as dental organizations, like dental news, web, Prime membership. We'll talk about Prime membership in a while, and submit scientific article, dental business contributes video, as well as for dental organizations. Also, there are several services that are provided, like we host events, graphic designing, social media marketing, website development, participant certificates, event registration, consultation services, content writing, list of business and advertisements. Dentist Channel Online provides more than 700 live dental webinars, 25 plus dental workshops, 40K plus participation certificates are issued, 400 plus national and international speakers, 300 plus oral care videos under the hashtag Save the Tooth. And this is the first channel where there are maximum speakers participating in virtual dental program on oral implantology. That is why it has been published in Indian Book of Records. You can also avail Prime membership, and there are several benefits of availing Prime membership, such as you can have a personalized account in Dentist Channel Online with access to profile. You can access webinars organized by Dentist Channel Online, and there are special discount on dental courses if you are if you conduct courses, and we will support you conduct the course. There are several NCD points, and you can download it at any time. There are regular updates and news about dentistry, access to scientific articles and recorded webinars, and you can participate as a speaker or publish public awareness videos. So there are a certificate of participation for all the participants with CPD points for all the webinars and courses. So now this is the right time to be the Prime member of Dentist Channel Online, and it's available at $7.99 per year, which is equivalent to 10 USD dollars. And if you avail the Prime membership using the promo code AP100, you will get a very attractive discount. And these are our upcoming webinars. If you're interested, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Doctor, for this wonderful presentation. Now we'll try to take up some questions. Chat, we can see that there was an informative webinar. I totally a presentation by Dr. Informative lecture, Dr. Sumit Arora by Dr. Akash. So there are several appreciations which has come to you, sir. It was definitely a wonderful presentation. We do not see any questions, which means that the presentation was definitely very informative, and you have left no space for questions. I like the way you took it from the types of camera to the types of lenses to the problems which occurs during mobile photography versus the DSLR. It was very organized presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, standardization is very important for photograph.
Yes. This topic is actually the need of the hour. So there is a question, sir. Can you add a point on mirrorless camera, because they still don't have proper macro flash? This is from Dr. Danush.
Actually, mirrorless cameras are good, but as of now, I would say go with the mirror camera, because with them you can have proper macro lens as well, and you can click with them very well. Although along with technology, they are coming, and hopefully within the future, they are going to make a perfect use. But as of now, I would say stick with the mirror camera.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Let's conclude the session now. It was very lovely having you with you, and it was really one of the best presentations.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.